and welcome to the Canelo vs. Smith Canelo Media Conference Call. My name is Jason, and I will be your operator for today's call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. Later, we will conduct a question-and-answer session. At that time, if you have a question, please press star then 1 on your touch-tone phone. If your question has been answered or you wish to remove yourself from the queue, please press the pound sign or the hash key. Please note this conference is being recorded. I will now turn the call over to Oscar De La Hoya, Chairman and CEO of Golden Boy Promotions. Please begin, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all the media. Gracias a todos los medios. Agradecemos su presencia. We are here for the Canelo Alvarez, Liam Smith conference call. First of all, we want to thank you and welcome the two-time world champion Canelo Alvarez, who has a record of 47-1 and won with 33 knockouts. On September 17th, over Mexican Independence Weekend, Canelo Alvarez will make his long-anticipated return to Texas to fight Liam Smith, who has a record of 23-0 with 13 knockouts, and that'll be for the WBO Junior Middleweight World Championship title at the famed AT&T Stadium, home of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Texas has been a natural choice for us and for all Texas fans who love Canelo Alvarez, and the fan base is some of the most loyal. For every fight, the fans have showed up in huge crowds, wearing red and green, cheering Canelo and chanting his name. Texas is Canelo's home away from home, and Canelo versus Smith will be a homecoming celebration for Canelo. We have witnessed some of Canelo's most epic fights in Texas, from his match with Austin Trout at the Alamo Dome, where he filled up 45,000 seats, and obviously when he fought James Kirkland, which was named a knockout of the year at the Minute Maid Park in front of 31,000 screaming fans. So Cowboy Stadium is a stadium created for larger-than-life fighters, just like Canelo. And the two other fights that have been fought there were headlined by legendary Manny Pacquiao. We're excited to announce that ticket sales are going extremely well. It's outpacing Manny Pacquiao's last two fights, which we're extremely excited about, knowing that we will have a full house at the Cowboy Stadium. Tickets are still available, priced from $7.50 all the way down to $40. I would like to thank our sponsors, Tecate, Cerveza, Born Bold, and Casa Mexico Tequila. Thank you for your continued support. And obviously, if you can't be with us live in Dallas, this fight will be televised live on HBO PayPer-View, which is our exclusive and proud partner for this event. We're extremely proud and excited to have Canelo Alvarez headline Mexican Independence Weekend, and this is only the beginning for Canelo Alvarez headlining these special weekends for many years to come. So it's a perfect fit that we saved this fight in Texas to be shown across the globe. At this time, I would like to introduce to you one of the team members who makes everything happen, who gets Canelo in shape, who has the strategy, who has been doing a wonderful job with his career. I would like to introduce to you a man they call Chepo, and that is José Chepo Reynoso. Chepo.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están?
Unas palabras, por favor.
Pues estamos muy contentos, muy tranquilos, muy entusiasmados para que llegue este 17 de septiembre para invitar a toda la gente a que grite ¡Viva Canelo! ¡Viva México!
I'll translate, Oscar. He said that they're very excited. They're very relaxed right now, but they're very excited and anticipating with a lot of enthusiasm September 17th so that all the fans can celebrate and say, Viva Mexico, Viva Canelo.
Thank you. Gracias, Chepo. And next, I would like to introduce to you, the man who trains him, the man who gets on the mitts with him, strategizes. If you take a look at Canelo's last fight, he's been growing, he's been improving, he's only getting better. And Canelo's a fighter who wants to be the very best, and he will stop to nothing to get to that goal of his. And so next up, I would like to introduce to you the trainer, Eddie Reynoso. Eddie.
Eddie.
Unas palabras, Eddie.
Unas palabras, Eddie.
Buenas tardes a todos. Pues muy contentos ya aquí trabajando. Ya tenemos, vamos para 3 semanas y pues muy contentos porque todo está saliendo bien y motivados para la pelea del 17.
Good afternoon to everybody, and what can I say? We're 3 weeks out from the fight. We're very happy. Canelo's been working very, very hard. He's looking great, and we can't wait for September 17th.
Gracias, Eddie. And without any further ado, I would like to now introduce to you he's the former 2-time world champion. Since the age of 15, when he turned pro, he has accumulated a record that is bar none, like no other in boxing today. At the tender age of 26, he has already fought the very best fighters out there is to fight, and the best is yet to come. Fighters like Sugar Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather, fighters like El Perro Angulo, Miguel Cotto, fighters like Erizlandi Lara, fighters like Austin Trout. I believe there's no fighter today at the age of 26 who has fought so many ex-world champions and current world champions. So he hails out of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, with a record of 47-1 and 33 knockouts. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
¿Qué tal a todos? Buenas tardes, me siento muy contento, agradecerles siempre el apoyo que brindan y la atención de darle vuelo a la promoción. Muchas gracias y pues estamos contentos trabajando al 100% como siempre y listos para la pelea.
Gracias, Saúl. Thank you. Operator will now open it up for questions.
Oscar, let me translate real quick. I'll translate that real fast. He said, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you all for being on the call. Thank you for the support for this fight, for supporting me. This is going to be a great event, and you don't want to miss it. Thank you all for participating on this call.
Thank you. As a reminder, if you have a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone phone. And our first question comes from Lance Pugmire from the Los Angeles Times.
Hi, Canelo. I just wanted to ask you, how much have you studied Liam Smith? And from your perspective, why is this the right fight for you at this time?
La pregunta, Saúl, la pregunta es para ti, ¿cuánto has estudiado a tu rival Liam Smith? ¿Lo has estudiado? Y ¿por qué es en esta situación o esta etapa de tu carrera, por qué es la mejor pelea para ti en este momento?
Bueno, él es un peleador, lo hemos visto en sus últimas peleas, es un peleador con un estilo muy similar al mexicano, que golpea abajo, que aguanta, que pega, que combina muy bien, y pues no por nada es campeón mundial, ¿no? Y obviamente está en esa etapa de mi carrera porque decidimos ganar ese título y después ver qué es lo que sigue, ¿no? Pero pues era el mejor rival para este tiempo.
Well, part of the reason, yes, I have looked at him, and the style more than anything is what we like. He's a good fighter. He's a champion. He's very strong. He's got a Mexican style. A guy that stands there and likes to exchange punches. So that's one of the things that attracted us to the fight. And, part of the reason for choosing him is he's a world champion. You know, I want to win another world title in my weight class, 154, and then after that we'll see what's available.
Okay, great. When you look at him, I mean, I've seen some of his fights too. He does seem like he's very aggressive. Do you think that aggression will exist, you know, knowing that he's fighting you?
Él dice que él también lo estudió y que es un peleador muy agresivo. ¿Tú crees que peleando contigo va a cambiar su estilo o él va a ser el mismo y va a querer ser agresivo contigo?
No, él es su estilo es así, agresivo, para adelante, tirando combinaciones, tirando golpes fuertes, como te dices, que pega, que aguanta, así es su estilo, y yo me estoy preparando para ese estilo, ¿no? Y si sale para otro estilo, pues también voy a ajustar todo arriba al cuadrilátero, ¿no? Que estoy entrenando para cualquier tipo de estilo que salga.
No, I don't think he's going to change his style. I think that he's going to do what he does best, is be aggressive, throw combinations, keep coming forward. That's what he does best. But, you know, obviously for me, I'm always ready for any style. I prepare myself for any style. I'll be ready for anything.
Thank you so much, Canelo.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Salvador Rodriguez from ESPN Deportes.
Saludos, Oscar, Eric, Canelo, ¿cómo están?
Muy bien, gracias.
Saludos, bien, gracias. Primero para Canelo. Canelo, había pasado mucho tiempo desde que un mexicano no tenía la oportunidad de estelarizar como la A de la ecuación una función de las fiestas patrias, 15, 16 de septiembre. ¿Crees que esto de por sí ya es una meta consumada para ti, ya es un sueño haberlo logrado después de que Chávez, Barrera, Morales, Márquez lo lograron y ahora estás tú como el A de la ecuación?
Mira, la verdad es que me siento muy contento de representar estas fechas tan importantes para nosotros. Siempre habían sido de mexicanos, ahora que estaba Floyd, pues las agarró, ¿no? Y pues todo tiene su tiempo, ¿no? Era el tiempo de él y estaba él agarrando las fechas que tenían que ser de nosotros, ¿no? Por alguna razón las tenía él, pero gracias a Dios ahora nos toca y me siento muy contento, orgulloso de representar a mi país en estas fechas tan importantes y pues muy motivado por todo eso, ¿no? Era una de las cosas que buscábamos y pues hay que aprovechar por eso.
Okay, deja traducir eso, permítame, Chava. The question was, the question was, it's been a long time since a Mexican fighter has been the A side of the equation, promoting a promotion on Mexican independence. How do you feel? And was that your goal? And now that you reached your goal, you're happy? And Saul's answer was, yes, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I'm happy. It's an honor for me to represent my country. This is what I wanted. These are the dates that are important for our country, for Mexicans, and I'm here and I'm going to take every advantage of it.
Saúl, si tuviste oportunidad de ver a los Juegos Olímpicos, de ver a las actuaciones de los deportistas mexicanos, también seguramente habrás notado algunas críticas hacia ellos. ¿Cómo consideras tú que actúa el público mexicano hacia el deportista nacional mexicano? ¿Los trata de manera más dura que a otros deportistas extranjeros o cómo lo ves tú?
Mira, yo lo que he dicho siempre, ¿no? En México les gusta vender la nota con amarillismo, en criticar a sus deportistas, que el deportista es el que levanta a México en vez de apoyarlo. Que si está otro peleador o otro jugador o otro atleta en otro país que compita con uno de México, apoyan más al otro atleta que al suyo. Entonces, eso desgraciadamente es lo que vivimos en México, pero pues así ha sido siempre y yo he dicho siempre que si nos apoyáramos todos sería muy diferente todo. Si así salimos adelante con todas esas críticas que hacen, a pesar de todo eso salimos adelante, imagínate con ese apoyo que sería diferente.
The question was, Saul, first of all, that you see the Olympics, and what do you think about the critics? There's a lot of critics in Mexico that criticize a lot of the athletes for the performances. Do you think it's something that's right, or do you think it's changed? And Saul's answer was, yes, it's unfortunate, but that happens a lot in Mexico. They criticize the athletes. The athletes are the ones that pretty much put Mexico on the map internationally. And it's a shame that sometimes they get criticized so harshly. It's something that should change, and I think that if we were all supporting each other, we'd be in a better place.
Thank you. And once again, if you have a question, please press star then 1 on your touch-tone phone. Our next question comes from John Whistler from San Antonio Express.
Yeah, Canelo, I wondered what your thoughts are about fighting in Texas again.
Saúl, ¿qué sientes estar peleando en Texas otra vez?
No, pues me siento muy contento de ir con la gente de Texas, siempre me ha tratado muy bien, entonces me siento muy contento, agradecido con toda la gente, siempre me han apoyado y pues les he dado muy buenas peleas y espero estén ahí porque van a tener otra más.
I feel very happy. For me, I mean, I've always been treated very, very well. A warm reception each time I fight in Texas. And, I mean, for me, the most important thing is to give them a good fight. And that's what I want to do. I want to give them a good fight. They've always treated me well in Texas, and I love being in Texas.
What are have you seen AT&T Stadium yet? What are your impressions of it?
¿Ya viste el estadio, Saúl?
No.
¿Y qué piensas del estadio?
No, es impresionante a la hora que estás ahí, no te lo imaginas así de impresionante, ¿no? Lo grande que es, lo bonito que es, las pantallas, la verdad que está muy impresionante ya viéndolo en vivo y eso me motiva muchísimo, ¿no? Porque me imagino la noche del 17 de septiembre, entonces eso me emociona bastante y pues con muchas ganas de estar ahí ya peleando.
No, it's very impressive. Very, very impressive. How big it is. And the big screen and it's very, very beautiful. It's impressive. And it motivates me. It motivates me just imagining how it's going to be on September 17th. And, it's something that gets me really excited. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get out there and fight.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Robert Morales from LA Daily News.
Hello, everybody. Eric, he was just talking about the fans. Basically they're tough on their own people over there in Mexico. So, and that's kind of what I've always thought. So can you ask him when the decision was made for him to not fight Golovkin until September of next year? Can you ask him if he was concerned with how his fans might react and has he received any negative feedback from them for not fighting Golovkin sooner?
Saúl, la pregunta es para ti. Obviamente tú mismo lo dijiste, es que critican a los atletas mucho en México y pues obviamente muchas veces no los apoyan. ¿Qué fue la situación contigo con la pelea de Golovkin cuando decidiste que la pelea se va a hacer el próximo año? Nosotros decidimos que la pelea no se va a hacer hasta el próximo septiembre. ¿Qué es lo que sentiste? ¿Te criticaron? ¿Qué fue los comentarios?
No, críticas siempre hay, ¿no? La verdad que pues comentarios buenos, malos siempre hay. La verdad no me puse a ver cuáles eran los comentarios, ¿no? Pero siempre hay buenos y malos y así es esto, ¿no? Yo creo que nosotros siempre hacemos lo que se tiene que hacer, hacemos y seguir con nuestra carrera.
Yeah, there's always going to be critics. They're always there, and it's something it's part of it. It's part of the business. Obviously, there's some good critics sometimes, and there's bad critics. But the most important thing is that it doesn't faze me. It doesn't faze me. That's fine. I'm used to it by now, and I got to do what's best for my career.
Oscar, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Oscar, I think most people figure that the decision to wait until next year for Golovkin was probably yours. How tough was it to make that decision knowing that, because we all know how people are, whether it's fair or it's not, with social media today, right away you're going to have people saying, oh, he's ducking Golovkin, blah, blah, blah. How tough was it to make the decision to wait another year?
Well, it's basically, I mean, it's the team's decision, you know. I mean, Canelo knows his body, his trainers know his body, and the bottom line is, Canelo's is a 154-pound fighter. You know, the fact that he fought at 155, people expect him to go up and fight at middleweight, and that's not the case. He's a 54-pounder, and he's gonna go up to 160 when his body feels ready. Look, people will always talk and will always want the very best when you are on top of the world, and that's what Canelo is right now. He's on top of he is the star fighter in boxing, and people want him to fight the very best, and he has always fought the very best, and fighting a Golovkin is going to be no exception. He's going to fight him, but when he's ready to move up to 160.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Dave Clark from the Associated Press.
Hi, Canelo. This is Liam Smith's first fight abroad. Does it give you an advantage that you're used to fighting in front of the big crowds in America?
Saúl, la pregunta es para ti. Obviamente, tú estás acostumbrado pelear en frente de mucha gente, mucho público. ¿Tú crees que te da una ventaja peleando con Liam Smith?
No, la verdad es que yo no pienso en eso, si será ventaja o no será ventaja el estar entre tanta gente y que él se ponga nervioso. La verdad que no pienso en eso. Yo me estoy preparando para lo mejor de él, así que no estoy basándome en si tendré ventaja en ese sentido o no.
I really don't think about that. It's something that doesn't really cross my mind. I'm preparing for the best possible Liam Smith there is. I don't think about the crowd. I don't think about people cheering. I just go up there, and my focus is to get the job done.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Jose Sanchez from Hoy Chicago.
Sí, Canelo, ¿cómo estás? Escuché unas declaraciones tuyas decías que esperabas una pelea de toma y daca, ¿no? Los dos en plan agresivo, pero ¿no piensas de que si Smith se va contigo a un toma y daca no tiene nada que hacer? O sea, sabiendo tu mayor envergadura y pegada, ¿sería lo peor que quisiera él ir a hacer una pelea de toma y daca contigo?
Bueno, mira, él es un peleador fuerte, es un peleador que aguanta, que pega también, entonces ese estilo de él, entonces el estilo de él y el mío se acomodan para dar una buena pelea y pues él sabe cómo hacer su estrategia, ¿no? Yo me voy a preocupar en hacer la mía y hacerla bien y pues ahora sí que gane mejor.
The question was, do you think that for Liam Smith, do you think it benefits him to stand toe-to-toe and fight you toe-to-toe, knowing that, you're a very big puncher yourself, very powerful? Do you think it's something that is going to be an advantage, or do you think that, he should maybe change his game plan? And Saul said, no, that's his style. That's what he's going to do. He's a guy that's very strong as well. He's a very strong puncher and throws combinations, and he's very aggressive. So, I'm preparing for the best possible Liam Smith there is. I'm going to go with my game plan. He can go with his game plan, and may the better man win.
Canelo, también quería preguntarte ahora con las Olimpiadas, el medallista de bronce ahora mexicano, Misael Rodríguez, salió la historia de que tuvo que pedir dinero por el metro y botear por todo México. ¿Qué piensas sobre eso, no? Cuando ves a después dirigentes que se llevan a las novias y que hacen todos los viajes con la delegación mexicana. ¿Qué piensas de los dirigentes y del boxeo? ¿Cómo está ayudado en México?
No, yo pienso que es triste, ¿no? Que es triste el apoyo al deporte no es suficiente en México y pues mucho menos al boxeo, que el boxeo le ha dado muchas glorias a México. Creo que es muy triste eso, pero siempre lo hemos tenido, que yo era amateur, entonces siempre el apoyo era muy mínimo, así que pues eso no me extraña, ¿no? Pero es triste.
The question was, what do you think about the story about the bronze medalist out of Mexico, Misael Rodríguez? He won the bronze medal in boxing. he told a story about having to raise money for himself to go to Brazil, and that there wasn't really too much support from the government. And Saul's answer was, it's very sad. It's very sad, but it's common in Mexico. It's the support for boxing itself is not very good, and boxing has given Mexico many world champions. It's got a great history, but it's sad. It's unfortunate, and it happened to me when I was an amateur. That's part of the reason why I became a pro, because the support wasn't really there. So it's very, very sad, and hopefully it can change.
Our next question comes from Angel Rodriguez from Univision Sports.
Sí, bueno, buenas tardes, Canelo, Canelo, hay una tendencia constante siempre se critica un poquito a los rivales con los que tú vas a pelear. Khan, que si no tiene el peso, Angulo, que si no está en su mejor momento, Kirlan lo mismo. Ahora Smith, a pesar de que es campeón mundial, que es invicto, también la gente dice que no tiene el nivel de campeón. Cansa un poquito la reiteración del menosprecio hacia el rival.
No, mira, la verdad es que siempre ha sido así, siempre va a ser así, no siempre habrá un sector que no estará a favor tuyo, ¿no? Entonces, siempre va a ser así, siempre va a haber críticas, pero lo importante aquí es que tú sepas y estés consciente de lo que tu rival trae, de lo que tu rival puede ofrecer, y entrenar al 100% para que no haya sorpresas.
The question was, the question was, there's always a tendency to criticize your opponents. No, it doesn't matter who you fight. They're always criticizing whether the guy's too big or he's too small or he's not at your level. They're always criticizing them. Do you get tired of that? And Saul's answer was, no, look, it's always going to be there. I'm used to it. All I can do is worry about winning the fight and studying my opponent so that there's no surprises. And that's what I worry about.
Sí. Y la otra pregunta sería, después de la pelea, sé que nos gusta mucho hablar del futuro después de una pelea, pero suponiendo que ganas el campeonato, que primero hay que hacerlo, el plan de trabajo sería defender o unificar en 154 o empezar a preparar algo en 160 para ir haciendo camino hacia una potencial pelea con Golovkin. Y esta pregunta sería tanto para Canelo como para Oscar como manejador.
No, mira, la posibilidad, yo no estoy buscando la posibilidad. Él es el que tiene que buscar la posibilidad de la pelea, eso es lo que quiero que entienda. Nosotros estamos haciendo nuestro plan para nosotros, ¿no? Si la pelea se llega a dar, es lo que quiere ver la afición, que se ve, ¿no? Pero yo no, lo que quiero que quede claro aquí es que yo no estoy preparándome para llegar a la posibilidad de pelear con Golovkin. Él es el que se tiene que preparar, no yo.
Oscar, you want to answer?
Sí, mira, lo primero es lo primero. Canelo está preparándose para septiembre 17. Es una pelea bastante difícil, bastante fuerte, y no estamos concentrándonos en nada más. Esto es lo primero, y pues ya que si todo sale bien, y uno nunca sabe, si todo sale bien, pues entonces septiembre 18 uno como equipo empieza a platicar los planes futuros.
Let me translate that. The question was, obviously you're fighting this fight with Liam Smith. If you win the fight, are you planning to defend the title, or will you start making your move to 160 to start preparing for Golovkin? And Saul's answer was, look, I can't be fighting this fight thinking about Golovkin. I'm preparing for Liam Smith. That's what's important to me. My train of thought is not to, see what's down the line. I got to get ready for the fight. This is a real fight. I'm not the one that has to prepare for Golovkin. He better prepare for me. And then Oscar said that yes, that's correct. This is a tough fight with Liam Smith. It's not a walkover fight. It's a tough fight. And first things first, we got to get past him, and then we'll deal with the future fights. But as of right now, everything is geared to fighting against Liam Smith and being successful.
Our next question comes from Keith Iddick from The Record.
Yes, my question's for Oscar. Oscar, if you could just clarify what the building is scaled for, what AT&T Stadium is scaled for. Is it going to be full capacity, or is it scaled back a little bit? Do you know the exact number?
I don't know the exact number. I do know that the building can be scaled for as many as over 80,000 people. So, like I said, we are ticket sales are going incredibly well. We're outpacing the last two Manny Pacquiao fights that were held at the AT&T Stadium. So Jerry Jones is extremely happy. The fans are happy. We're happy, and I'm sure that Canelo and Liam Smith are going to be really happy when they see the turnout at the arena.
Oscar, if you do a number better than the Pacquiao fights, which would be a very big number, how encouraging would that be for you to go back, maybe immediately to Cowboy Stadium for the next fight?
Well, I mean, look, it would be very impressive, but at this point, nothing surprises me with Canelo. Like I said, he's only getting better. He has a tremendous fan base, and ticket sales show it. I mean, he has millions and millions of fans around the world, and ticket sales are proving that. So I believe that it's not if he outsells the Pacquiao fights at the AT&T Arena. I think the question is going to be when he outsells the Pacquiao ticket sales at the arena. I strongly believe that at the age of 26 years old, Canelo is a bigger star and a better fighter compared to any fighter out there today.
Our next question comes from Kenan Johnson from Vice Sports.
My question is for Oscar. Kind of piggybacking on what you just said, would you say if Canelo sells out AT&T, would that be kind of a passing of a torch officially from you to him as the certified Mexican star?
Well, the passing of the torch has already taken place. With Mayweather being retired and Pacquiao being retired, Canelo is the face of boxing now, and he's proven it with ticket sales. He's proven it with pay-per-views, and he's going to prove it once again by outselling Manny Pacquiao at the AT&T Arena. So I believe this is just the beginning for Canelo, and he has a long future ahead for himself, and we can't wait to be part of it.
And what is it about Texas that does good business for y'all? Because I've been going to this fight since the Trout one before he even fought Mayweather, and he sold that out. So I'm looking for him to put that $85,000. What's that connection? Can you talk about that connection that Canelo has with the Texas people, like his home away from home?
Well, Texas loves Canelo. Texas loves boxing, and I mean, just like any other part in the world. I mean, people love Canelo and they want to see Canelo, and because he brings excitement to the sport. He brings exciting fights, and this fight here with Liam Smith is going to be a toe-to-toe, right in the center of the ring type of action fight. And, that's why people love Canelo, because he works hard, he's a serious fighter, and he brings a lot of action to the table.
My last question is for Canelo. Do you feel super comfortable when you fight in Texas? Because it seems like a couple of your best performances have been here with the Trout fight and the Kirkland fight, and it seems like you don't mind getting the toe-to-toe war and usually give us what we want, a spectacular knockout. That's your mindset heading into this fight with Smith, September 17th?
Saúl, la pregunta es para ti. ¿Tú te sientes a gusto peleando en Texas? Porque parece que has tenido tus mejores peleas en Texas. ¿Cómo te sientes pelear en Texas? ¿Te sientes a gusto?
Así es, no, me siento muy contento. Siempre la gente me ha arropado muy bien ahí, entonces para mí volver a pelear, ir a pelear a Texas me siento muy contento. Les he dado muy buenas peleas y pienso seguir dándoselas para que la gente salga contenta de él.
I just feel happy. You know, I feel very happy and comfortable fighting there. Yes, I've had some very good performances, and then September 17th is not going to be an exception. I'm looking for another great performance, but I just feel very, very happy. The reception I get in Texas, it feels very good being there.
Thank you. I'll see y'all fight week.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Mitch Abramson from RingTV.com.
Thanks a lot. My question is for Oscar. Oscar, are you there?
Here, I'm here.
Hey, Oscar. I'm just wondering, I know that there have been some recent pay-per-views that have struggled, talking about Crawford, Postal, and even going back to like Mayweather-Berto, didn't really, do that well. What do you expect for this show in terms of pay-per-view numbers? Do you think it'll exceed Canelo's fight against Amir Khan, which did about, I think, like 600,000 pay-per-views?
Well, we don't really. I mean, we can't really tell how many.
Well, first of all, that number's wrong, Mitchie. It wasn't that much for the Khan fight. But go ahead, Oscar.
Okay.
We really can't say how many pay-per-views he's going to sell, but we're expecting a big number as always. We strongly feel that Canelo's star power is only growing, and as we get closer to the fight. We will have a better indication, but we always gauge our numbers by how many tickets we're selling in the arena, and as you know, we're outpacing Manny Pacquiao in ticket sales at the AT&T Arena. So we expect a really a strong number come September 17th.
Okay, and then my last question, again, is for Oscar, and I don't know if this is the best venue to be asking this, but I know that Luis Ortiz was supposed to be on the undercard, and obviously, he's no longer with Golden Boy. Just Oscar, I'm curious, just your reaction. I know that you were, obviously very proud of the work that Golden Boy did with Luis, and just your reaction to him parting ways with Golden Boy.
Well, I mean, obviously, we're here to talk about Canelo Alvarez and Liam Smith, but my only comment is, I wish him the very best.
Our next question comes from Ezequiel Valderas from 12asaltos.com.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Saúl, debido a que la gente está subestimando un poquito a Smith, como que es un rival que no tiene nombre y obviamente es un peleador muy fuerte. En Inglaterra lo tienen bien catalogado y aparte es un 154 libras grande. ¿Hay alguna preparación diferente que estás haciendo en comparación de cuando peleabas en las 155 libras? ¿Te estás preparando diferente?
Mira, no porque no tenga nombre no quiere decir que no sea peligroso, ¿no? Él es un peleador peligroso y nosotros siempre estamos conscientes de eso, ¿no? Es lo importante, que estamos conscientes y que nos estamos preparando al 100% para que no haya sorpresa. Obviamente, a lo que me preguntan, nos estamos preparando muy bien al 100%, pero obviamente conforme al estilo de Liam Smith.
Deja traducir esto, por favor. The question was, Liam Smith, a lot of people stateside over here, they really don't know him or haven't heard of him. So he doesn't really have a big name. All we know, he's a champion and he's undefeated. Are you preparing differently for this fight, knowing that you're fighting a guy like that? So Saul's answer was, look, whether people consider, if he has a name or not, he's still a very good fighter. He's a champion and he's undefeated for the right reasons. So I'm preparing, and like I always do, 100%. I'm getting ready for this fight. I'll be prepared for everything. I just don't want any surprises, but this is going to be a tough fight.
Our next question comes from David Graceman from BoxingScene.com.
Yeah, this question is for Oscar. What are the plans right now, if there are still any, involving Billy Joe Saunders?
Well, I mean, there are no plans right now. The only plan that we have is to stage an exciting event September 17th. And, like I said before, if everything goes well, then September 18th we will start getting to work once again to see what's next for Canelo.
I understand that the focus is always on the fight right in front of you, but your own VP, Eric Gomez, had said that the hope was still to go forward with Billy Joe Saunders for a future fight. So, again, I ask you, is that still the plan after this fight to go forward with Billy Joe Saunders as the next fight?
There is, there's a possibility, but right now the focus 100% is on Liam Smith.
Okay. What in your mind is the difference between Canelo, who you said is a 154-pounder right now, being physically ready to fight Billy Joe Saunders next and not Gennady Golovkin?
Well, I mean, like I said, our focus and Canelo's focus is fighting at 154, and after this fight, his team and ourselves will sit down and discuss future opponents.
Our next question comes from Hector Franco from Front Proof Media.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? My first question is for Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar, we talked a little bit about the pay-per-view, and Golden Boy always has this standard for great undercards with their shows. With a lot of the struggles with Luis Ortiz and Billy Joe Saunders, do you guys feel that this undercard will give the fans more than they can expect, with fights like Gabriel Rosado and Willie Monroe being put together? Do you feel like this undercard will be able to hold up to the standard of regular Golden Boy undercards?
Absolutely. We at Golden Boy pride ourselves in giving the fans the most exciting and the best fights possible, and that's exactly what we've put together. See, the fight fans in Dallas, Texas, or across the globe want to see action, and that's what Canelo brings to the table. Canelo brings action, excitement, and our undercards are obviously no exception. Our undercards are always full of excitement and great fights.
All right, and then my next question, thank you, Oscar, is for Canelo. Canelo, fighting in Texas, there's been a lot of great Mexican fighters who have fought there. Oscar himself, Julio Cesar Chavez, Juan Manuel Marquez. And you yourself are, the next great Mexican fighter up. Is there any added pressure for you, not just fighting in Texas, but, living up to the Mexican tradition and performing well and delivering great fights in Texas?
Saúl, la pregunta es para ti. Obviamente han peleando muchos grandes en México, campeones grandes como Chávez, como Márquez han peleado en Texas. ¿Te da presión que tienes que dar una buena actuación en Texas y también presión de ser el próximo grande de México?
No, mira, no me presiono. Siempre por eso me preparo muy bien. Me preparo al 100% para dar siempre lo mejor de mí arriba del cuadrilátero. Y eso es lo que hago siempre. No me presiono porque lo único que me presiona es en entrenar fuerte para poder dar todo arriba del cuadrilátero y que la gente salga contenta. Y de lo otro tampoco me presiono. Eso sale solo.
No, I don't feel any pressure whatsoever. The only pressure I have for any of my fights is just to prepare 100%. That's it. That's in my mindset, to be ready and to prepare 100%. That's where I get my confidence. But none of that stuff really pressures me. I want to do my best and give a great performance. And as far as being the next great from Mexico, no, I don't really think about that. It's no pressure whatsoever as long as I'm doing my job.
All right. Thank you, guys.
At this moment, I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to join this conference call. We are now ready for closing comments. Canelo, ¿tienes unos comentarios finales para la prensa que todavía está en esta llamada?
No, pues nomás agradecerles todo el apoyo y nos vemos pronto. Nos vemos el 17 de septiembre a toda la gente y gracias.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for participating on this call. Thank you for the support as always, and I'll see you guys September 17th. We'll see each other real soon.
Gracias, Canelo. Oscar, we are ready for your closing comments.
Thank you very much. Gracias a toda la prensa y estamos emocionados de que vamos a celebrar una gran pelea, un gran evento en las fiestas de la independencia mexicana este fin de semana, y pues we will see you all the week of September 17th, and we're looking forward to an exciting event. And like I said, tickets are still available. They are going fast, and again, outpacing the Manny Pacquiao fights, and Jerry Jones is excited. I'm excited, and we can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes today's conference. Thank you for participating. You may now disconnect.